Guest, I'm going to bring up Jasmine Singer, who is going to be moderating our next panel. Jasmine, how are you? I see the fabulous vegan in the back.
Yeah, it's a little subtle promotion. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
I think everything is going swimmingly. So far, Wi-Fi's have worked for the most part, but you never know with virtual. So, guys, stay tuned. Anything can happen. So, Jasmine, I am going to bring up our next two guests. We have Tia and Daniela that are going to join you for the future of clean and vegan beauty. All right, I will hand it to you, ladies.
Thanks so much, Jenny. Hey, Daniela and Tia. So great to see you.
Hello. Great to see you too. Hi, everyone.
I have been looking forward to this chat for a really long time. I'm so impressed with all that's going on at this summit, and I'm so impressed by both of you. So today we're going to be chatting about the future of clean beauty, and obviously the overlaps there with vegan and cruelty-free beauty. So I'd love to start off if you could both introduce yourself, just give us some of your favorite parts about your life right now, and what your companies are. Do you want to start with Tia?
Sure. So first off, I want to say this is such an honor. I love Daniela so much. She's been such a pioneer in this vegan entrepreneur world, and yeah, this is such an honor. My name is Tia Blanco. I am a professional surfer. I'm 23 years old, and I'm the co-founder of Dear Self Skincare.
Wonderful. Daniela, do you want to give us a little bit of a glimpse into what you're doing in the world?
Sure. Love both of you so much. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Daniela Monet. I'm an actress and I'm an ethical entrepreneur. I co-founded Kinder Beauty Box, which is a vegan, clean, and cruelty-free subscription beauty box delivered to your door. Actually, Tia Blanco is one of our newest investors, so thank you very much. We're on the rise. We're doing a lot of really exciting things, and this has been about 2 years, almost about 2 years in the process. So I'm just excited to be here and chat about it.
Yeah. Well, and I have the great privilege of working with you, Daniela. I'm the VP of content at Kinder Beauty, as well as the editor at large at Veg News. I have a book coming out next week, that one, The Veg News Guide to Being a Fabulous Vegan. And I'm the co-host of the 11-year-old Our Hen House podcast. So it is my favorite thing on earth to talk to vegan entrepreneurs, and especially women and gender nonconforming individuals. So we'll get into all of that in our chat today. What I'd love to do is talk to both of you about why you started your beauty companies and what you thought was the missing link that made you think, I can fill that void. Tia, I'd love to hear from you about Dear Self.
Yeah, so I have been vegan for about 8 years now, and I started Dear Self Skincare with my sister. We always knew that we wanted to do something together, and skincare was one of our overlapping passions. We never really had perfect skin. We always kind of struggled with hormonal acne, and we found that during our beauty regimen, we were extra critical of ourselves. So we really wanted to center this brand around self-love and just have that be the intention. So each one of our products is named after an affirmation. For example, I'm beautiful, I'm glowing, I'm a goddess. And yeah, we just wanted people to not only have amazing products, but feel really good while using them. And it was just a no-brainer to have that align with cruelty-free beauty.
I love the affirmation part. I think that affirmations are so important, especially for women, regarding beauty and regarding the way we look at our bodies. One thing that I love about Kinder Beauty, Daniela, is that we are very community driven and very much inspired by the people who come our way. Can you talk a little bit about why you started Kinder Beauty and what we do to kind of lean into ethical beauty in terms of clean beauty, but also us embracing our own ethics as compassionate individuals?
Absolutely. So my partner and I, my partner Ivana Lynch, who you may know from some of the Harry Potter films, her and I have been animal activists for years. I've been vegan for over 20 years. And you would think that I would have no problem whatsoever sourcing clean, vegan, cruelty-free beauty products. And in fact, for years, it was the opposite. Growing up in the acting industry, I was always in a hair and makeup chair. And unfortunately, those resources just weren't either readily available or people didn't have enough awareness around it. And there wasn't enough conversation in my corner. And I just felt like I was ready to break that status quo. And so when Ivana Lynch and I partnered with our partner, Andrew Bernstein, who also came from an animal advocacy background, we wanted to do something that made clean, vegan, cruelty-free beauty available to the masses and took the guesswork out of it. So that was our biggest priority. That's where we saw a hole in the market.
And Kinder Beauty is able to offer these beauty subscription boxes. So we actually get to work with so many different companies, including Dear Self and so many other companies that are really on the same wavelength as us. Totally vegan, totally cruelty-free, totally clean. Daniela, can you talk a little bit about what the vetting process is like for the products that we feature in the boxes?
Of course. So fortunately, we're in a place now with Kinder Beauty where we've been able to scale to a level where we've been able to hire an actual expert sourcer. So she does a ton of work in terms of vetting. We have a huge list of needs that every single one of our partners has to be completely transparent about meeting. And we also have a very loyal, dedicated subscription community, like you mentioned. We're big listeners, so we're constantly on the ball in terms of what people are using, what people are not using, what they want to see more of, what they don't want to. And all of that has to align with what is important to us and what is not okay. And so nothing gets into our boxes that isn't completely clean, vegan, and cruelty-free. That's just, that's the bottom line.
Tia, you mentioned that you were 23, which is really astounding to think about all that you have accomplished. And you are a young entrepreneur, a young business owner. I think we represent like 3 very different ages on this panel right now. Me, obviously, being a teenager. So, Tia, I was wondering if you could talk about what it's like to be a young woman and to put business ownership on your resume when a lot of your colleagues are probably, just kind of puttering around, figuring what to do with their lives.
Yeah, so I'm definitely juggling a lot at the moment. Pre-COVID world, I was traveling all around the world, so I'm still training as a professional surfer, and I'm the co-founder of Dear Self Skincare. So it is a lot at times, but I just felt like I came to a point where my sister and I have always wanted to do this, and we just let go of all the excuses that was stopping us, and we kind of just went for it. And I feel like life is just too short to think what if. So we didn't really have a lot of experience in the cosmetic beauty world, but we just went for it, and I'm super glad we did. We've learned so much along the way, and it's been a real incredible journey for both of us.
Well, it's been a journey that is helping so many people already, because what you're doing is so rooted in what we feel very passionately about at Kinder Beauty, which is a kinder view of the world, and something that we can all get behind is not exploiting any other individuals for the sake of us to look or feel good. Daniela, I'd love to chat with you a little bit briefly regarding your take on how we can build a more inclusive beauty movement. I just mentioned that we're all very different ages. We've got 20s, 30s, and 40s on this call. A lot of our subscribers are all different ages, up through 70s and 80s. And of course, we understand that, Black, Indigenous, and people of color with darker complexions especially often experience difficulty in finding products catered to their complexions and skincare needs. So can you talk a little bit about inclusivity as far as where we are now with the beauty industry and where we need to go?
Sure. I could definitely speak on where we are in terms of Kinder Beauty. It's a huge conversation we have ongoing. Something we've done to sort of eradicate that is, curation is huge for us. So our boxes are very, very I just think that we put a lot of effort into how we curate our boxes so that they could appeal to as many people as possible. I don't think beauty should have an age. I don't think beauty should have any sort of, look or feel other than everyone should be able to indulge in something. We all have skin, we all have needs. And I think that that's what our box ticks in our, at Kinder Beauty. We just try to meet all the needs as much as we can. What we have done, which I think is really, really special and unique, is we've curated an add-on shop where we can go into more of these specific niche markets or things that we feel like maybe doesn't fit necessarily into our box that's curated for the masses. And so therefore, if someone does have, some sort of, skin condition, or if they are of a different age and they're trying to eradicate maybe some wrinkles or whatever it may be, that exists on our add-on shop. So we're trying to be as open and transparent as absolute possible. And I think we're doing that, right, Jazz?
I think so. Yeah. We also have a robust editorial platform where we're able to really delve into these issues and what they mean for all different women and all different gender nonconforming individuals. I also have been really impressed by our charitable giving program, where we're able to give back a portion of the profits every month to various animal rights and environmental and human interest charities. I think we've given away like $35,000 to date, which is amazing because, as you mentioned, we were founded by yourself, Evie, and Andrew, 3 animal advocates who want a better and kinder world. What I'm seeing even thus far at this incredible summit is that is a through line shared by so many of the women who are speaking today. And that is something that inspires me as a longtime animal activist, because I think that animal activism can take the form of entrepreneurship and for-profit opportunities. Tia, I'd love to know if you have any advice for anybody who might be in attendance right now who is interested in starting some kind of a beauty company.
Yeah, I guess just following what I was saying, I feel like just in life in general, you can always put excuses up, whether it is starting a business or even being vegan. I travel all around the world and people are always like, oh, that's so hard to travel and eat vegan. But I feel like if you want something enough, you could make it happen. So whatever it is in life, follow your passion and go forward, especially in business. Just go for it.
I don't want to put you on the spot, Tia, but I'd love to know if you have any insight into like a moment in your life, whether it was starting your company, Dear Self, or maybe your unbelievable surfing career, where you were just wondering how you were going to go on and how you got through that.
Yes, definitely. I feel like I have had multiple times in my life where I felt that way. Competitive surfing comes with many, many ups and downs. And I've definitely been through moments where I just wanted to quit altogether. It was too hard. Luckily, I have such an amazing support crew and family that always keeps me pushing forward. And I just feel like in general in life, there's always people who are not going to believe in you or support you. So you really just have to be strong-minded and just make it happen, especially with Dear Self, this endeavor. There's been challenging moments for sure, but yeah, just keep pushing forward and keep believing in yourself.
I mean, I think that authenticity that the last speaker, Rachel, also spoke about is coming through loud and clear in your product, Tia. I think authenticity is extremely important for any kind of entrepreneur. Daniela, you strike me as like, I think one of the most authentic, true blue people I know. And we are like everything that you put out there into the world is very, very representative of who you are as a person. Like nobody puts their heart and soul into what they do like Daniela. So with that in mind, can you talk about like, as a business owner, not just with Kinder Beauty, but you have other projects as well. Like how do you decide what projects to take on, and where did beauty come in for you in that thought process?
So for me personally, I think when I not necessarily pivoted away from acting, but took like a little detour and prioritized where I saw my future, it was investing in plant-based companies. Like I said, I've been vegan for 20 years and I've just seen the growth and I've seen how much further there is to go. And I wanted to be a part of that. I think that personally, you know, a lot of the things I invest in come from a selfish place. I want to be able to have access to good snacks. So I invested in Outstanding Foods. I wanted to have access to an amazing restaurant that I could totally get behind. So I invested in Sugar Taco. Then came Kinder Beauty, because the truth is we all love self-care. Self-care is such a fundamental part of our lifestyle. And so that was a huge portion of why I went into co-founding that business. And, you know, whatever comes next, I've got Sprouted, which is for my new sector of my life, which is becoming a mom and another baby on the way. I wanted to be a part of the upbringing of babies and have that conversation about introducing clean, plant-based, vegan, cruelty-free, eco-friendly products. And so these are all just things that I related to in my own life. And so I did what I could to prioritize. I think prioritizing in business is really important. There are a lot of things or a lot of other things I could be spending my money and time on. And I just find it more valuable and advantageous in my life and also on a bigger scale to invest in companies that are going to do more for just, you know, myself.
So you spoke about what you invest in, Daniela. We've been in an interesting fundraising round, really incredible experience to be in that. Can you talk a little bit about what you look for in investors?
Yes. I love a strategic investor. I love someone who could add more than just financial value. One of the reasons why we have Tia involved, I think she represents a lot of what Kinder Beauty represents. And if we can have more people in the space who are investing from a mission, from a place of heart and passion, I think that that adds to our success long term. It's not hard to find money. There are so many people out there, as you know, who are interested in investing in plant-based businesses. I think it's weeding out who's in it for the right reasons and who's just in it for, you know, a monetary, uptick in their life, you know? So that's what we look for. And I love seeking out the women that are in this space because there are a lot of them, as we know, here we are. And that's what's really added a ton of just good energy and vibes to Kinder Beauty.
Someone asked in the chat if you could reiterate what the cruelty-free products for babies is that you mentioned.
Oh. Yes. So sprouted.com. Thank you for someone who linked it. We started with our diaper line. So it's a disposable diaper line because what my initial thought was, yes, you can easily go into, cloth diapers, but that's not what the masses are using. So how do we tweak what the masses are using so we could have a bigger impact worldwide? So ironically, vegan diapers does not necessarily exist. There are many animal byproducts woven into a diaper via the glue or a lubrication used on their manufacturing equipment. And so when I got into this space, I just said, that's not going to pass. Like, that's just not going to fly. We need a vegan certified diaper. So we did everything we could to work with people who aligned with our mission. And we use as many eco-friendly materials as possible. So that is our first product to the market, which is our vegan diaper. And there are definitely more to come in the future.
I think it's funny to bring that up within the scope of what you said, that beauty should not discriminate by age. Babies too.
Well, right? My whole thing is I have a 1-year-old now and I have a baby on the way. For me, I want this planet to be in the most tip-top shape that I can get it in my lifetime for their sake. So unfortunately, and we have not ticked all the boxes, not even with Sprouted, I think that there is so much room for improvement in terms of being eco-conscious, but having these conversations and making that really a priority of your business model is where I want to be. And that's the only business I want to be a part of right now.
I'm given a lot of hope by the fact that there are so many. I mean, I don't want to be ageist either, but there are so many young people who are rising to the occasion here and saying, like, we need a better world and we need to find the ways in. So, given the fact that this panel is called The Future of Clean Beauty, let's talk about the future of clean beauty. Tia, what would you say the future of clean beauty is, and what areas are still untapped?
Yeah, so I hope that the future of vegan and cruelty-free beauty becomes a standard rather than the exception. I hope that the vegan beauty world takes over, and I believe that it will, because I mean, talking to other people, I don't think there's anybody out there that's for animal testing or animal cruelty. There's just a lot of people that might not be educated around that. So, I mean, just being a part of this whole summit, I feel like there are so many amazing people that are getting involved and wanting to step forward in this space. So I think eventually we could take over.
I think so, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of laws that are also backing up what you're saying as we create these laws that are moving away from cruel animal testing and starting to recognize on a societal level that there is no place for cruel animal testing in any way, shape, or form, certainly not in the cosmetics industry or anywhere else. Kinder Beauty, to me, is a perfect playground to explore that, because we get to showcase so many different companies in our subscription boxes, in our add-on shop, that are doing just that. I do think that there is a lot of room for growth in terms of being more inclusive, especially to people of the global majority who might be not be as accessible in terms of the products that are available to them. I think a lot of products are still very much white in the way that they are created and marketed. And so I certainly hope that we move more in that direction. I'm given a lot of hope with what we're able to do at Kinder Beauty. And I think that that's just the beginning of what's possible. Also, on a you were talking, Daniela, about like on what you said, like a self-focused level, you love doing this, so you do it. Kinder Beauty has been able to do really well in this like dump type of year, 2020. And that's because people really want to have these products available to them. They want to have a box delivered to their front door with like that month's goodies, and learning about all of the companies involved and understanding that we're vetting animal rights groups to donate a significant amount of money to, and that we're really listening to our community. Our community, which is mostly given to us through our Instagram, which you're helming over at Kinder Beauty, Daniela, and our Facebook group, they actually really do pave the way for us to know what to do next. So I'm hoping you can briefly speak about the role that community and that feedback plays in the decision making.
Yeah, something that I think is really a big priority of ours is our health. And health is very much in line with clean beauty. And I think that that is one of the biggest driving forces for our community. We hear it all the time. People are really aware of what they're putting on their bodies. Our skin is our largest organ. We have to be mindful of what we're doing, especially as a mom, as a breastfeeding mom. These are all things that need to be talked about. And so we are starting those conversations more. And I think that that's what's growing our community tremendously. And then, sorry, I missed the second part of that question.
Yeah, just the value of the feedback we receive and how it informs what we're doing. Because I get texts from you and Slacks from you and saying like, oh, look at this comment. We need to change this thing. And I think it's a really valuable part of starting a business right now.
Oh, I mean, we're small. We're still pretty bootstraps. We're listening. We're all ears. This box is your box, essentially. We've created it for our community, and that's how we move forward and how we curate. And I think that's what's working best for us. I think that's what separates us from anything else on the market.
Mm-hmm. And self-care is directly tied in my opinion, to animal rights and to creating a kinder world, because, we are animals too, and we have to take care of our own inherent animal rights. And part of that is making sure that we have the R&R. Tia, what I love about you is that you're totally outright marketing to that self-affirmation, and to the fact that, like, yeah, we need to start treating ourselves kinder too. Can you just, in closing, we have 1 minute left. Can you just briefly speak about what your hopes are for Dear Self and where you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
Yeah, so my sister and I really wanted to create a brand that made people feel good, like I said. And our hope with the affirmations was to channel your habitual thinking patterns. And we want everyone to celebrate their unique beauty and just feel good about themselves. I mean, your beauty process should be kind of a time of self-love. So hopefully for Dear Self, we continue to learn and grow, and yeah, hopefully big things.
Dear Self, I think we can all finish that sentence to ourselves. Like, dear self, what do we want to tell ourselves as entrepreneurs, as women, as gender nonconforming individuals, if that's how we identify, and as people who want to have a kinder world? Daniela, in closing, where do you see Kinder Beauty and Clean Beauty in the next 5 years?
Kinder Beauty specifically, I think expanding on our community, tapping into other markets potentially that we think our community is looking to have more resources in the vegan and clean, cruelty-free space. And then as far as Clean Beauty, I would love to see more sustainability, more eco-friendly packaging. Those are all things that are really high on our list and we prioritize for sure.
Well, thank you all so much. This has been a truly beautiful conversation. I look forward to the future with you all in it.
Love you, girls.
Thank you, ladies. That was awesome. So I will say adieu to all of our Clean Beauty folks, and hopefully we can have you guys join again soon. One of the things that was really interesting about our pitch competition is beauty was one of the sectors that we looked at. And while none of them made it to the top 5, we had a lot of clean beauty and vegan beauty companies that applied. I think this is a space where we perhaps didn't realize that there really is a lot of room for innovation. I think we're going to see a big change in the next 5 years, as the ladies mentioned earlier, in terms of a lot more natural, a lot more clean beauty. And quite frankly, like cruelty-free, I think will become the norm, especially in California. They pretty much just banned all toxic chemicals, and they banned cosmetic testing on animals. So as they say, as California goes, so goes the nation, so goes the world. So we will see.